Hey guys, welcome back to ADP Art Creations. I wanted to tell you guys a brief testimony where it was a time in my life where we had nowhere to go, but we had somewhere to stay. So, about 3 years ago, my lease had ended, and I'm thinking, we're going to find something quick. We're going to have it all together. We're going to find out we ran out of time and we had to be out by a certain time. So what happened was what I thought was going to be a couple of weeks or whatever, staying at instead of Stay Sweet, it wound up being 8.5 months, where you were dishing out like about $700 to $800 a week to stay there. Um, it was definitely trials and tribulations in this testimony. There were tears. There were fighting, far as not giving up. No actual physical fighting, but not giving up. And we're in a state where I have no family here, so all my family is elsewhere in upstate or whatever. But for me, it was like I have a whole family. Like it was my son, my two sons, my daughter, my son-in-law, and my daughter was pregnant at the time. So I couldn't just up and leave from a different state and, bombard somebody else's house like that. I just don't, for me, I don't believe in that, going to another state like that and just dropping everything or whatever. So I did have backup. So that was the backup of being able to pay the 700 to 800 a week, or whatever. But it wasn't easy because you still got car insurance, you still got gas and all that good stuff. You still got to get groceries or whatever and stuff like that, and clothes and stuff. And yes, on my hands, there were people that helped out and had our back or whatever and stuff like that. And there were people who had a lot to say and say whatever, and that's all good too. I think the hardest part is going through this big of a storm and seeing people real true colors. Like, one of my gifts is a cheerful giver. And sometimes, you're not going to always get that back. And being a cheerful giver, I don't look for stuff back. It'd be just the thought, like, even if it's just a prayer, that's good for me, because there were some that couldn't help, but those prayers helped, and there were some that had a lot to say or whatever as we're going through this. But we still made it. Like my boss was aware, everybody was aware. I had left teaching pre-K before the lease had ended. I was teaching for about 12 and a half years, and so all this is around about the time of COVID. So I was teaching, and I left. I retired, or whatever the case may be, after 12 and a half years, because I wanted to be able to come home to my family. And it was money over people at the time. So, it was time to go, no love lost. And we respected each other, all the whole place. I had my going away party, all that good stuff with the teachers and, stuff like that. But just goes to show you can have the job, you can have the car, you can have the money, you can have everything in place, but you don't know what that next day holds. Anything can happen. And you like, whoa, I didn't expect this. You can have it all together and you still could wind up nowhere to go, but somewhere to stay. And so, as we're going through this journey, my daughter's going through her first pregnancy. So I'm there for her and I'm there for my boys and stuff like that. And, we're going through it together. My son in law is, working, and we all come together to be the difference maker and elevating and, getting up out of there. But we had no idea it was going to be 8.5 months that we would have to stay. So the reason why I'm telling this story is because we never know what we're going to go through. We never know what the future holds. We can try to predict and have everything together, but we're going to go through those trials and tribulations, guys. We're going to go through stuff we don't want to go through, stuff we ain't planning on going through. The thing is, it's not giving up in the process. So, guys, look, 2018, lost Caden Bear, one of my twins' babies, right? Next thing you know, emergency surgery, right? Next thing you know, I'm dealing with this apartment going back and forth. We had 2,500, they wanted 3,000. Okay, dealing with that. Then wound up having to move. We moved into the new place, and every time you turned around, it was going up. So next thing you know, we paying almost 2,000 for a 3-bedroom apartment or whatever, and so then that happened. Then the lease ends or whatever, and we thinking we have a place before we had to, move or whatever. It didn't happen that way. So we wind up going to the suites, like I told you, staying there 8.5 months and everything, guys. And we're like, okay, we ain't gonna have to stay here long or whatever. It's gonna be brief. Oh my gosh. It was a long journey, but we still made it out. That's what I'm saying. No matter what you go through, no matter how deep those storms are, just know you're gonna make it out, and you're not gonna be able to depend on man. You really gonna have to trust God, because yes, God will send people to help you and to guide you and stuff like that. But you got to put them first to get to that point, and you're gonna have to drop off some people that you thought were good and will have your back. Because I'm the type of person, guys. I don't worry about me, because me and my family gonna be taken care of. But as a cheerful giver, I gotta make sure I'm taking care of God's people. So I'm the type, if I see a person in need, I don't go up there and say, "Oh, I'm just gonna give you this." No, I just hand it to them. Bam, no questions. Don't look back. Don't look for it back. That's how I did when I was teaching pre-K. All them teachers or whatever case, I just knew the discernment was real. I just knew. So I'd be like, here, here, here. Some be like, no, you don't have to do that. So some things I would have to do and surprise them or do it in a different way when I know, okay, they won't have no choice but to take it. But guys, if anybody was to ask who I was or how I act or what type of person I am, if they can't tell you that I'm a cheerful giver, I love people beyond measures, and then what am I here for? My goal, my journey is to love God's people, to have their back, to look out for them, because you never know when they're ready to throw them towels in. It's been plenty of times I'm like, God, you want this towel? You sure you don't want this towel? Or whatever. But he said, nope, I'm not done with you yet. And so it's a blessing, guys. It's a blessing to still be here and talk to you. So if you ever been through that, hey, I'm here for you. Just don't give up. You have any questions, I can fill in for you, and just be there for you to tell you it's going to be all right, and everything's going to work out. You just got to trust them. Even when you don't see a way, you still got to trust God, and I'm just blessed to have the genuine people that I do have in my life to continue to help me and guide me, and me helping them and guide them and stuff like that. Because that's just who I am. I can't see someone going through something and not reach out and help. Not where they're like, I've had episodes where people like become like they so used to you doing stuff where they try to become like an extra real dependent, but pray about it, and God will show you the way to deal with them and stuff like that. But guys, I'm telling you, I didn't see this storm coming, but I didn't drown. I didn't drown, and I didn't burn up in this, in this storm. So, guys, please don't give up and just keep going. And I will continue to do my testimonies along with my art and, my WNBA content. And just follow me, like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to donate, my Cash App and my Venmo is at the bottom. And just stay tuned for more, guys. Thank you.